Let's get underway with bout 5 of the evening. This is for the 2026 Allen Pond Cup. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. Please welcome Steve Sibincic.
A lot of support in the house tonight for Steve Sibincic, and a very, very special trophy on the line. It's a 2026 version of the Allen Pond Cup. Again, legend of combat sports in WA, and these guys had the privilege of fighting for this trophy tonight.
Yeah, the legacy that Allen Pond's had on combat sports in Western Australia is going to, surpass generations. So to be able to fight the Allen Pond Cup, both boys are going to be ready and raring to go. And you can see that Steve Sibincic is coming into the ring now.
I had a chat to Steve last night, and he's got a lot of respect for his opponent, but believes that he can get the job done tonight, and obviously he has to go with confidence because he's got a good challenge in front of him.
He looks nice and cool, calm and collected already.
Dowsett for a number of years, been involved in combat sports, and it's good to see him on a bit of a run. I think it was the best performance of his career in his last outing last year. Looking to make it 2 in a row tonight for, as we said, a special trophy with the Allen Pond Cup. So, really looking forward to one of the matchups to watch on Thunderdome 54.
Yeah, he certainly is coming off a career-best victory. He's had 2 tough opponents in his 2 professional fights. He lost on debut to Mardia Sonio, and then he had his win over Mitch Arnold, who we saw for tonight. Both in-your-face, come-forward fighters, which is really difficult to prepare for in his sparring. So it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments he made from his first and second fight was unreal. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments he's made between his second now and his third fight.
Dowsett enters the ring.
Allen Pond Cup. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. Trained by the team at 1 more round. With an official weight of 73.4 kilograms tonight, he makes his pro debut. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Steve Sibincic. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Trained by Steve Gago from Big Rigs Gym with an official weight of 73.4 kilograms. He has a record of 2 fights with 1 win and 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Luke Dowsett.
I think it's very fitting that Bill Seth has the assignment for the 2026 Allen Pond Cup. He was close to Allen Pond, and both fighters touch gloves. And yeah, been really looking forward to this matchup. Been spoken about this a lot in the mainstream media, as you have as well. Call the main man, Morrison. Take it away.
Yeah, well, you can see Steve's come forward aggressively, but then he's obviously taken a few steps back. He looks nice and calm. He looks nice and relaxed. He's happy. He's smiling. And we know Luke Dowsett, he looks all business.
Yeah, that's right. Again, he keeps getting better every time we see him in the ring. But again, tough customer in Steve Sibincic. Comes up with a lot of hype. He's in obviously great shape. A lot of support in the house tonight. So, and again, he's really keen to get his hands on that trophy. Nice counter there by Luke Dowsett. Oh, nice punch on Dowsett. That wobbled Steve Sibincic. Luke Dowsett sees it. He goes in. Cracking punch, Paul.
Yeah, it was a nice right hand. Steve Sibincic's left hand was just nice and low, and Dowsett made him pay the price.
Throws out the jab. He senses he's got his opponent first, so he wants to make the most of. Steve looks like Uzi covered. Nice covered up by Dowsett as Steve throws a few nice good punches and seems to have his footing back.
It's a cracking pace to start the fight. The crowd's right in on this.
Jab there by Dowsett. Scheduled for 4 rounds as well. It's going to be fast pace. Double jab. Since Angelo Hyder coming out with jab.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say when you said that about the pace, but I was going to say it's going to be who's going to be able to settle first, because both boys are coming out. The crowd's right involved in it, the adrenaline pumping. It's who's going to settle first and sit behind the punches and the work they've done in the gym.
Again, the most telling moment of round one was that wobbled Steve Sibincic from Luke Dowsett. So I think that's going to be a telling factor in the scoring this round. That's a prediction, not a spoiler.
Yeah, well, it was a great first fight, a great evenly matched up fight. You can see the action. Both boys just came out all guns blazing.
That's the punch that we're just talking about. And that's when, again, I thought that Steve recovered well. But yeah, you sense that gave Luke Dowsett a ton of confidence for the remainder of the round.
Yeah, well, Sibincic come in great shape.
Certainly has.
Yeah, he's come in great shape, so it's not a surprise he's been able to wear the punches, but Dowsett's giving him a lot of questions, making him work.
Conditioning, it's everything, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, the work that you do, they say, in the dark, that's what brings you...
Second down.
Brett.
Shout out to Sarah Louise, Philippa Jane and Jess, a beautiful Thunderdome Dragonfire ring girls. Round two, Allen Pond Cup. Amazing, we saw the Allen Pond Cup up for grabs twice last year because we had a draw and a match-up. So it was awarded last year. That was the first time that the version of the Allen Pond Cup had ended in a draw as well.
And you can see already at the start of the second round, a little bit of a slower pace. The boys are starting to now feel each other out, sit behind some jabs, look for some movement.
And this is where experience comes in as well. Luke Dowsett's been here a number of times now. He's going to look to capitalise on that. Stands by both fighters as well. And I think you said it best, Paul. They're both settled in here. A bit of a trip there. Nothing untoward as far as a punch landing this platoon. Nice counter there by Steve. He's wary because he knows he got caught in round one, so... Counter there by Steve.
Yeah, both boys are really looking for the gaps, and you can see that Luke's really sitting behind his jab. He's happy to just obviously find his distance. You can see he's constantly poking it out, which is making Steve obviously there. You can see he just changes that distance and keeps him safe.
Nice body shot just before by Luke Dowsett. Closing stages of round two. Great pace, great action. When you've got a special trophy like the Allen Pond Cup up for grabs, you want to see action like this.
That's the end of round two.
Yeah, this is a cracker fight. This is a great evenly matched fight. You can see the action.
Tony Doll's done it again as we look at the Dragonfire boxing replay. Talk us through it, Paul.
Yeah, well, you can see that, obviously Steve's an aggressive fighter. He wants to come forward. You see just there with a little bit off balance, and Luke sort of he's happy to sit on the back. So I think that's where Luke does his best boxing. He uses his distance in his range and he uses his movement well, and Steve's sort of trying to negate that by just rushing him forward. So I think we could be one round apiece if we were scoring it going into the second half of the fight.
It's very possible. Big ring in the corner for Luke Dowsett. Final instructions for his fighter. Bill Seth says, get ready. as we are heading into round 3. Looks out, Dowsett tries to throw out that jab again using his boxing skills. Had a bit of a, mentioned this when we called his fight before, he's had that MMA experience in his career as well, so been around and done that. Been around for a number of years in combat sports. Great to see him on this platform.
Yeah, he'll be using on, be calling on that experience as he gets into the second half of this fight.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the previous round, the experience that he's going to try and capitalise on. And again, Steve is showing a great account of himself and to bounce back when he was rocked in round 1. And this is great for Steve as well because, again, you mentioned in round 2, he seemed to have settled, and the longer the fight goes, the more comfortable we get with, obviously, the first time we've seen him at Thunderdome.
Yeah, both boys are settled into a nice rhythm, mate. As they start to engage there.
It's a nice counter there by Dowsett, and Steve took it really well. Crowd really invested in this one. Trying to support. Packed house at Perth Metro City as well, I might add.
And some nice body shots from Steve, but Dowsett seems to be taking it well. And he lands a nice right hand. He's only got a cut.
Yeah.
And I think that's just spurred Luke on. I'm not sure if that was from a head clash.
I think it was because they both opened up here. Oh, that's rocked Steve again. Great punch. And again, it's like that head clash really spurred Luke. Look who's that. That's it.
That's the end of the round 3.
That's how fired up he's was. What a round, Paul. What a round.
Yeah, well, that was good because Luke Dowsett came on very strong there when it looked like there was a head clash.
We'll hope to see it on the Dragonfly Boxing Replay. Our production team is elite. We thank them once again.
I think these are just tough rounds to score. I mean, you can take it, as you said, either way. We can see that obviously Sibincic he wants to come forward. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, by the way.
We're heading into the fourth and final round of this bout for the 2026 Alan Pond Cup. In the red corner from one more round, we've got Steve Sibincic. In the blue corner from Big Rigs Gym, Luke Dowsett.
Ended round 4, and a lot of the time at least
seconds out, fighters in the centre of the ring to touch gloves before.
Yeah, it's a nasty cut to Big Rig. He's working on, he's doing a great job at it.
Big Rig is outstanding cut man, so he fixed that. What a round. Alan Pond Cup still up for grabs.
Well, both boys going for it here. What a fight.
I'm just enjoying the crowd interaction. That blood still streaming down the face of Luke Dowsett. But again, it's just really fired him up.
And it needs to. It's a bad cut. It's in a bad spot. He doesn't want this fight to be stopped because of that.
I'll tell you what, that punch from Dowsett bothered Steve there. He's grinning down, he's biting down on the mouth guard and trying to stay in this one. But all the action coming from Dowsett where he's just pushing forward.
Yeah, talk about heart.
60 seconds to go.
Steve. We're in the final minute. We just heard CJ Rose pump up the crowd. Oh, punch there by Steve. Dowsett took it well. He's still pushing forward. What an atmosphere.
Oh, the crowd's into this. This is why it's called
Sibincic, Dowsett, who's it going to be? Final 30 seconds.
What a fight. I'm just enjoying this, Paul.
Yeah, get up the boys. for the Allen Pond Cup.
This is what it's all about. This is what it means.
Incredible feeling of the fourth and final round.
The crowd is on their feet all around Perth Metro City. We go to the judges' scorecards. We will award a very deserving winner either way it goes. We see Philippa Jane with the Allen Pond Cup, followed by Jess. It has to be a draw, Brett, for the rematch. It has to be. We have to see it again.
There's Philippa Jane.
We have to see a rematch.
But we had a draw last year. You couldn't complain if it was. For mine, I think that Luke Dowsett edged it, but again, you couldn't complain with the draw. It's one of those fights where, hey, you saw what you saw.
Take the stalls away, let it have another round.
I'm going to chat to both fighters.
I got a name and years to burn the ground with a real respect. It's stuff to the point that I don't even tell them. Who's gonna say that I don't even wear?
Nice to see ya. I've been talking about it all night. It's been coming up here, so I said that you were coming. Yeah, I'll see you in a sec.
Round 5 of the evening here at Thunderdome 54. 4 rounds of action for the 2026 Allen Pond Cup. Allen Pond, for those of you who don't know, a much-loved member of the Perth fight community, taken too soon. And boy howdy, did these boys here honour his memory tonight. Can we get another big round of applause for both of these fighters? And now, after 4 rounds of action, we turn to the judges for their decision. Judge number 1 scored this bout 39-37 to the red corner. Judge number 2 scored this bout 37-39 to the blue corner. Judge number 3 scored this bout 38-38. This is a split draw.
Tony Marachi, who is going to present the Allen Pond Cup, you can hold it because this one's a draw. It's the second time we've seen a draw in the Allen Pond Cup history. I'm going to chat to both fighters. Steve, I might get one of your quarters in as well. I want to go near because that was a bloody fight. It was a sensational fight. You must be very proud of your performance, but when CJ was reading out the scorecard, you heard a split decision. How did you feel? Did you feel like you had done enough to win the Allen Pond Cup?
Honestly, I don't really know. It was a tough fight. Luke's an amazing fighter. He's well respected, and I don't know, I'm just happy to be able to fight the Allen Pond Cup against Luke. And I don't know, he deserves everything, all the applauses, and I just hope to put a good show on for everyone and enjoy the rest of your night.
I think what spurred you on, the crowd here and the support you had here tonight was so loud. Did that really help you spur you on in those last couple of rounds?
Yeah, towards the end it got really hard. Like, obviously, you train so hard, and when you get in the ring, all the nerves and all that sort of stuff gets to you, and it takes you like a fitness away, sort of thing. Like, but yeah, having the crowd on my side and cheering me on, like, it means so much to me, and gave me the extra boost that I needed.
I can tell you trained very hard for this fight, and again, we had a good chat during the fighter meetings during the week. The question now, after an incredible fight like that, I think the crowd will agree with me, it deserves a rematch. Do you want the rematch?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? We'll talk to Tony Zoles, the busiest, most loyal man in boxing, and we'll try and set that up for you. But congratulations, enjoy it. Even though you didn't get the win, it's still not a loss, it's a draw. We hope to see you again. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please thank Steve Sibincic. I'm going to come over to the corner because there's a nasty cut on Luke Dowsett. Head clash. Yeah, well called, Bill Seth. I'm going to ask you the same question because obviously split draw. Did you sense that you had done enough to get that victory tonight, Luke?
I think it was pretty well even. You know, like he did quite well, came out strong in the first couple of rounds. I did my best to try and keep the pace and pick it up in the last 2 rounds. It was an absolute war. It was good.
Incredible, and he respected you obviously before the fight. He's got more respect for you today as well. You're a very well respected fighter, light fighter. I'm going to ask you the same question because again the crowd wants to see it. Do you want the rematch for the 2026 Allen Pond Cup?
Hey, look, I'm open to anything. So yeah, if it happens, it happens. And I'm happy to bang whoever, whenever.
Cannot wait, Luke. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for an incredible fight, Luke Dowsett. Can't wait to call your fight again. Get these guys in the ring to take a photo with the Allen Pond Cup with Tony Marachi. Get the girls in here as well.